Hi, this is Sam. I'm from the future. This entire episode was recorded before the historic 2025 LA fires. Our thoughts and prayers to all the affected people. I've been through a fire myself. I know it's horrible, the smell, the PTSD that we're going all through. But we survived. The wind is over. So I guess now, in the safety of things, we can release an old episode without it being insensitive. Not that we're like talking about fires the entire time and we're bashing Los Angeles, but just, I don't know, I'm being aware of what's happening right now. That's it. By episode now starts. Podcast. I'm here in this new setup that we're making. Um, Eliana, you can speak. That's the point of having.
You're not talking in the microphone.
Oh shit. And we were all ready to have my guest today, Jessica Winther. We should not shame her. She had like a dog emergency. There's no shame here. But like the guest canceled at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I woke up with all of the stuff that we talked about. I didn't snooze, didn't check my social media, and I started working.
And it worked against you.
Doing the meditations and taking care of my stuff. My mom was about to start the fight with me. I parried that shit out of the gate and like sat down and did my work. I was like, no lollygagging. I did not. I just got showered. I was here on time. Then when I checked my social media, we found out that there's no guest.
Wow. So you were doing the things, you implemented them.
Yes.
And then
it backfired. We just wanted to start the setup this way so that we can, as a reward for the hour of setting up this way. So that was the point of this, and I think now you should come move here, join me, and be the guest.
Okay.
So
I'll come be the guest.
Yes. I'm an overthinker. I have a reputation that I have established throughout many continents about the tiny details that I overthink. My nickname in college here when I came to America was Conundrum. Because I'm like, should we do this or should we do this? But this has this benefits and this has this benefits. Like, what are we going to do? And they're like, all right, shut up, Conundrum. And I've been told by a close friend and so many other friends, how about that I give the best advice? And then a friend of mine said that if only you can give yourself that advice. It was an ouch moment, but also like a nice realization moment. But yeah, I've always liked people coming to me with problems. I don't know why it's easier for me to solve other people's problem and not my problems. And that was also the entire idea of this podcast that it took about 10 years to even come to fruition, is to actually do the conundrum part of asking people to come to me with their problems. We have an email that I'm going to pop down here. So it's conundrumdumb@gmail.com. If you want to send me any of your problems, 2 choices that you're struggling with, send them to me and I'll try to answer them on the podcast. I will answer them on the podcast. There is no try. There is only do, said Yoda. But yeah, so when I started this revival of the podcast, I reached out to some of my friends and asked them to send me one of their conundrums. And I've been sitting on this one since October. So here we are. Also, I want to note, this is my friend. She is Dutch. I will have subtitles underneath her speech. And that is not a comment on her accent. This is more a comment on her phone that she's holding because she has an Android phone. And Android phone mics suck because they're inferior phones. That's it. I've bashed my friend, the Netherlands, and Samsung in one clip. Here is her conundrum.
Hi, Sam. So we have a problem, but I could use your advice. My husband has been asking about opportunities for his work, and he got 3 places that he could go to. But it seems that 2 out of 3 are a bit slow, or there's not really opportunity, but they are also interested. So the problem is, the place that is interested is a city in Germany, which is a big city, nice, but not like world city. The other 2 options are London and Paris. So you can see where our dilemma is currently about, because those are obviously world cities, and I would probably give up a lot just to be there for a short period of time. And this city, Frankfurt, is the city. Not as much as a world city. I bet you don't even know where Frankfurt is. So what do we do? Do we keep them, hanging for a longer period of time with the risk of losing Frankfurt and not having an adventure at all? Or do we go for Frankfurt and maybe not have the experience of living in a big world city? So, hope this is a good question for your podcast. If it's too complicated, I will send you a smaller one. Bye.
Yeah, no, of course I know where Frankfurt is. What do you think? I'm some American? I used Google there once. I don't know. I think something about the hot dog came from Frankfurt, so I kind of Googled that when I was 12. But yeah, no, I know where Frankfurt is. And, like, here's my advice. Like, I don't... in Egypt, we say one bird in your hand is better than two birds on the branch. I'm sure you guys have a familiar idiom. But really, like, I don't understand the point here of the confusion, or like the indecision here. Because yes, I understand how amazing it's going to be to go to Paris or live in London. Yeah, these will be very nice. But I also understand that Europe is not that big. Like, as somebody who lived in like larger cities, it's always not doesn't live up to the hype. And Joyce, we've met here in LA, so she lived in LA and she knows, yes, it's fun, but also at the same time, it's too crowded. It's like, again, Frankfurt is not a village. It's still a major city. I know it's not a world city. But I think with that, and I see it like even on the location and the map, it's like in the middle of all of the things. And I'm sure you'll be jumping back and forth between Netherlands either ways, wherever you go to stay. So might as well take the one that you have, instead of like saying, oh, we're just going to hold out for Paris and England or London, and then that never comes. So I personally would have taken the Frankfurt one and just like traveled, did like this is a nice stepping stone for me to go do other adventure stuff around the area. And then I think it opens up to you more territory to explore, as opposed to London and Paris, that are somewhat, of course, more expensive, more crowded. I don't know, maybe I'm getting older right now when I'm like, oh, I enjoy the nature stuff. Just take me to a mountain. That's nicer than... I hope that was useful advice. Of course, I kind of sent her that advice in a text 3 months ago because I couldn't wait for her. I couldn't be like, hey, I need advice in something. I'm like, okay, let me respond to you about your decision 3 months in the future. I'm like, nope. So yeah, that's it. Again, send me more questions. I promise it's not going to take 3 months to respond to them. All right, bye.
Let's talk about our accountability.
Ooh, that's a good thing.
Well, because we talked about what we struggle with, which was the basic getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
So we kind of both had a goal.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
And it's also part of the rituals, because I think the early hour, the first hour of the morning is the most important hour. And knowing that, I know that, and I still get up and be like, oh, let me just play like this tiny little game before I go and start meditating. Oh, let me just check this. Let me just check the mail. Let me just do something.
But that's doing stuff outside of the not laying in bed. That's checking the mail. That's fine.
I think we have, like, it's the same problem. We just have it at a different intervals.
Okay.
So for you get stuck in bed. I get out of bed quickly, but then waste an hour outside of bed doing nothing important. It's still an hour wasted. Versus you just stay in bed for an hour. It's
what
still
are
an
the
hour.
things you do that you think are wasted?
I would get up and make my coffee and then go to the bathroom. And
Thank you.
I would sit on the bathroom while I'm there and play a game.
Oh, on your phone.
On my phone.
Okay, that's what you mean by playing a
Which
game.
might take, I don't go play with myself in the morning. This was not what I was saying.
Well, I don't know. You're like, I'll play a game.
I wake up and I go to the bathroom and I jerk off. That was the first thing I do. Then coffee. No. No, just regular poop, you guys. Nothing crazy. And who masturbates in the bathroom? Like, what am I, some savage?
No,
We
and
have Kleenex.
that's not even what I meant. I thought, I don't know. I figured you meant on your phone. Most people would just say, I'm on my phone, which I don't want to be on my phone.
Oh, no. I would.
What do you play on your phone?
Whatever dumb game.
word
that I
games?
have.
Words with friends?
Match games, some Hearthstone, like Blizzard games that are on the phone.
Okay.
It's whatever. Like, and my thing too is one of these games, it can piss me off because it's like luck based. So I can play a game and get pissed off and start my morning being like, fuck this.
Oh.
Just from a game.
Yeah.
So
That's not good.
So again, same thing. The first hour of the morning, it needs to be meditation, nature, walking.
All the
something.
things that
Yes.
they say. Yep.
All the lovely thing that Andrew Huberman keeps talking about.
I heard something interesting kind of on that
Okay.
on Mel Robbins' podcast the other day.
We're huge fans of Mel Robbins.
So you know when you have half a lemon, because I make lemon water every morning. That's part of my ritual. I have hot lemon water.
Okay.
It's good for my digestive system. I actually noticed it also helps me not get sick, because there was a time I didn't do it for 2 weeks. I ended up getting sick.
Okay.
So our brain is kind of like half a lemon. So in the morning I have half a lemon and I squeeze it into the cup, the coffee, the mug. And when you first squeeze the lemon, that's when most of the juice comes out, most of the energy, brain power, whatever. And then as you keep squeezing, you have less and less and less. So if you use all your brain power looking at your phone in the morning and it's giving you this, like that feeling when you get likes and stuff.
I think it's dopamine.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's dopamine. It's
Okay.
the reward chemical.
But you're
Because
putting
there's-
all
yeah.
your energy into whatever's on your phone. You're giving your best moments in the morning, the first hour or whatever, to that. And then suddenly it's downhill from there.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
I'm not explaining it very well.
no, you are, you
But
It's
it was a good listen.
It's the same. Yes, it was. I hope you guys enjoyed this. That was the end of this portion.
No, I meant on the. Sorry, I got really close. I meant on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I know.
That one, it was a good
I'm just messing with you. But yeah, no, I like it a lot. So I'm gonna like incorporate that into my morning routine. I want to try it, even though I have
lemon water.
even though I have a lot of acidity and it scares me. But I also start my day with coffee, which is very acidic. So these are excuses.
Yeah, I don't think it's way better for you
I'll
than
try.
coffee is.
You don't drink a lot of coffee.
I do. So
Okay.
my ritual is wake up, hopefully don't snooze, Mel Robbins, 5-second rule. But I make the bed and then I have lemon water and I'm trying to meditate. I did today.
Ooh, nice.
And I also want to start doing, which I did the last 2 days, like a 10-minute morning yoga flow video with Yoga by Adrienne on YouTube. She's amazing. She has her cute little dog there. So
And
anyway,
it's 10 minutes. Like
it's
really,
literally
amazing,
10 and you could do anything for 10 minutes and it really is nice. It's a good thing to do in the morning and then I have my coffee. So
this is great. This is
Yeah.
a nice routine.
yeah,
It's like stretching and moving your body, and
that's the ideal morning. It doesn't happen all the time.
of course
but-
that's the thing. But when I skip my whatever that ritual is, I first of all have anxiety throughout the day because I'm like, oh, I didn't do the thing. I needed to do the thing. I need to do the thing first in the morning. It just makes you feel like, okay, I'm centered. It's like.
It's tough because you do want to get to a place where, okay, let's say you don't. It shouldn't ruin your entire
Yes,
day.
that's another
So
good
letting
point.
go. But I get that. I mean, I used to be a workout-aholic where if I didn't work out, I would get so mad at myself, I'd just be angry at myself and it would have a bad day. And now I've gone the opposite direction. Like 15-minute yoga, I'm good. No, I mean, now I'm not I love going to, I'm a classes girl. So if I can go to a yoga class, love hot yoga. I used to do like kickboxing and whatever. But
It
I
helps
don't
with
kill
motivation.
myself
Yeah, no, that's
if I don't go. It doesn't ruin my day anymore.
I'm better at it this time. I've had times where I would be very hard on myself. But it's more of like, oh, there is a way to feel better. And I snooze on it for some reason. Have you done the vinegar in the morning?
I hear that is good.
That's also
but I'm
good. Yeah.
okay.
Well, ideally, you should do that. And then go take a cold shower.
Oh no.
Have you heard
I'm
of
not
these
doing
things?
a cold shower.
Cold
I'm sorry.
plunge.
Well, that's one of the things that's on my list to do. The cold plunge. I don't know if I could do it. I could barely get in a pool. So
It's the cold plunge is they have like a little like a sauna thing that you step in, right? So
is
you
it
can just
a little box?
oh,
kind of
I think
looking
I've never
thing?
seen one before. But
Cold
hearing
plunge?
people talk about it, I thought it was gonna be like a jacuzzi.
There is one like this that you're talking about. Kind of looks like a tub,
Yeah,
but you still can't
I mean, but you
jump.
still was it for
That's
$10,000?
That's almost $10,000.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my goodness! You can go to a
Life
cold plunge
goals.
place in LA somewhere. Sure.
I'm sure. But the motivation to get up in the morning and be like, let me go drive. Like, you kind of need a cold shower to go do the cold plunge.
A cold plunge is something I would do with a friend. You know, like let's go cold plunge, and then I was just talking to my friend at the songwriter thing about this. You know, having somewhere to be, like a yoga class that you're gonna go with your friend. You're gonna show up because your friend's gonna show up. You said you'd be there.
Accountability.
There's an
Yeah,
accountability.
yeah.
So, same with cold plunge. You can just go with a friend.
For now, since we're not rich enough to have our own cold plunges at home,
Yeah.
and it should be done in the morning because I think it says that it takes about 120 minutes or 240 minutes. It has an effect on your dopamine and your mood for up to 4 hours after you take it. So you kind of need to do that before you're performing, early in the morning.
I see.
So it's not like recreationally, hey, let's go do a cold plunge and then go get some beers. Well, maybe you have a lot of fun, I guess.
I see.
But
Yeah.
it's treated as a drug in a way of, oh, this kind of sets your body's mood and energy levels
I see.
throughout the day. And it has the same thing that is in you making your bed in the morning, is you are doing a very hard thing. You're starting your day by doing a very hard thing.
Yeah.
So anything else after this would be easier, would look easy. Oh, we're gonna work out. Got it.
Yeah.
I need to do blah blah blah. Yes.
By the way, you said
Again, hard.
we don't have enough money for a cold plunge, but I actually think you could probably get creative and make your old. Well,
Make
I don't
your
know.
own cold plunge.
Well,
Redneck Billy.
I don't know. Does a cold plunge
Hillbilly.
have? I guess they have some. Yeah, there's a whole setup to make it as cold as it gets. But if you really wanted, oh, this one's half off, $600.
I mean, to be honest, I can just if I conquer
get
the
a
shower,
big bucket.
I'll be fine.
Put some
you
ice
can,
in
you
it.
can still do it from the shower. Still has the same effect.
Yeah, do a cold shower. I sometimes, if I'm feeling it, will turn it to right before I get out. I'll put it to
Yeah, that's what I do.
on the colder side, not crazy cold.
I just
but
kinda like
a little shimmy,
Cool
shimmy.
myself off. Cool myself more so that I'm ready to go into the cold outside of
Yeah.
yeah. I do that.
But I take really hot showers, so sometimes I'm overheated and I need it.
No, I try now before shows that I care about to do one. Like while the shower before I leave the house. I try to have it a cold one, but it's impossible. Like last time I did that, I went in with the intention of I'm gonna do a cold, I'm gonna do, and then I chickened out. But then subconsciously made a mistake and switched it to cold.
Oh.
But I was trying to like, oh no, it's too cold. I want to make it hot. And then I was like, oh, is it left or right? Dyslexia kicked in. And I was like, yeah. And then it got colder. I was like, ah. But then
Then you
you'll be
ended
fine.
up taking a cold shower.
And then it's fine. It's like it's almost like every little fear you have in life. You're like, it's gonna be the worst. It's gonna be the shit. I'm not gonna survive this. And then you do it and be like, oh yeah, it hurt a little. And then now
Yeah.
I'm fine.
When I was younger, I used to go to this sleepaway camp for a month, and I was always a morning shower person. So I would get up extra early to go shower because I just, yeah.
Was that before practice? You said?
It was a camp, so
Oh, I see.
we had to get up by like 8 a.m. to go pray. It was a Jewish camp.
Ooh, ooh, I want to hear about this.
I loved it, but
Wait,
anyway,
what is Jewish prayer like? Is it like you guys repeating?
we have our
verses? Oh, the little Torah.
no.
Is that this
little
tiny
Torah.
pocket Torah you have? There's no
Prayer.
physical movements. Or is it all?
There's a little bit of bowing, a little bit,
okay.
and then towards the end, there's you take a moment on your own to read these, do your own. I forget what it's called, but yeah, your own prayers by your
Okay.
silent prayers by yourself, and you do some bowing and.
And it's one prayer a day.
No, I mean really, I think really Orthodox people pray up to about 3 times a day or something. At least twice. My dad does.
It's meditation. Like,
Okay.
it is a form of meditation. I think all of these prayers in all religions, their point was to, here is your mantra, here, go repeat these things and focus on what you're saying and feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
And just, it's
Yeah.
meditation.
It wasn't meditation for me when I was younger.
Yeah.
I was quite bored, admittedly.
I was also
But
very bored of.
I was young.
Religion is not for young people.
Well,
I think
also
so.
it's in school, so it's you have to be there. You don't want to be there,
yep,
kind
yep,
of thing. And so I was bored, and I was a talker. I just wanted to talk to my friends and
Yeah,
stuff.
same.
So I got shh.
It's like
from
the
the
quiet
rabbis.
moment. Oh, we need to be serious now. I'm like, can I, no jokes? All right.
I know.
No. Yeah, no, I didn't. Because I went to, like, I grew up not religious, like super religious, but like grew up around religion to a large extent. My dad was, when he was younger, he was more religious. But then when I moved to Egypt, the closest school to where my mom lived was an Islamic school. Not that we wanted to go to, like, oh, where is the Islamic school? And I was just, okay, we'll just go to that one. It's a walking distance. And it was my first time seeing almost similar to what you're saying of like, oh no, we need to all pray now. And like, we're going to stop the school so we can pray. And I'm like, no, I can't. I would find a
what
way
grade were
to
you?
be stuck in the bathroom. I was in high school.
Oh, so it was high school. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was 6th, 7th, 8th grade. 6th, 7th, 8th grade is when those were the grades that
Yep.
all the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders prayed in one room together in the morning. And then maybe the 8th grade boys had to do like a prayer later in the
Do you
day
guys-
on Fridays. I
Was
don't
there
know.
a separation between boys and girls?
It
at
was a
certain-
co-ed school, but the Judaic classes were separated.
Oh, so we separate when we're doing religion. We're just gonna separate. But
yeah,
like
so there was a class
geography,
called
that's fine.
Chumash, Halacha. I think those were it. Chumash and Halacha. But those were separated. And then math, English, social
fine.
studies.
We
is
can
all-
have
yeah.
we can have both genders here. Yeah.
Both genders, yeah.
We got
Oh,
separated.
and Hebrew class. Ivrit.
Ivrit class
Hebrew language, yeah.
was also
was not, I don't think that was mixed. Actually, I was in the lowest level. So I was actually a class of 1 for a year
Oh wow.
because I had extra
You were the
help.
only. Oh, okay.
I
okay, wait.
started, I like to take credit for starting the lower level Hebrew class because I
You
got,
founded it.
I think so. No, unwilling, I was willing, but I didn't seek it out because in the 5th grade, I suddenly got pulled out of my Hebrew class and I didn't know why. And suddenly I have this teacher teaching me Hebrew language and I didn't realize, and I don't even remember being told like you are going into your own low level Hebrew class.
What did they see? Like, how can you fuck up language so bad that they're
I
like, oh
just-
no, we need to take this one on the side.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't the best student.
But I think
I struggled with language.
Was it hard for you or you just didn't care?
Both,
Okay.
but
'Cause I think
mostly
it's
the not
ADHD.
caring.
The
Like,
ADHD, yeah.
if I had a private tutor or something and I studied harder, maybe I could have gotten it in the class setting. But then by the next year, 2 more people joined, 2 other people who were struggling, girls. And then by 8th grade, so that was 5th grade I
You
started
guys
it.
were a gang.
By 6th grade, 2 more people. And then 7th, 8th, I'm pretty sure it's both years, we had a whole class, like 12 people, which was a lot for Jewish school because my grade with boys and girls was only 30 people or so. So I just like to take credit. If anybody from Jewish schools watching
Which
Morris
school was this
Seagal's
one?
Hebrew
Yes.
class, I think I started that.
It's the founder.
I was the founder and
founder
also
of-
the one who got sent to the principal's office most of the time.
Because in that class,
Yeah,
so you're still a troublemaker in the lower.
because she didn't want anybody speaking in English.
Oh.
And there was this one day, it happened twice, where she looks at the class and she basically tells everyone, no speaking in English. If you speak in English, you're going to be sent to the rabbi. And then she looks at me and she goes, Eliana, and she says something in Hebrew. And then I just look at her and go, what? And then she goes, to the rabbi.
Oh.
And I got sent for that. So I go to the principal's office And I walk in and he's in a meeting with someone else. He kind of looks at me and goes, "What happened?" And I said, so-and-so sent me to the principal's office because I spoke in English. I said what in English. That is what happened. Fact. And he just laughed and he goes, "Okay, just go sit outside the classroom until your class is over." And I said, "Okay, look, I'd rather do that anyway." So I did it. Yeah. Shalom, Shemsheli Eliana.
Shalom.
מה שלומך?
מה שלומך?
Say בסדר.
wait. בסדר. תודה. אני מדבר עברית. קטן.
I speak a little Ivrit. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Little Hebrew.
אני שותה מיץ. That's what all Duolingo had. אני שותה מיץ.
What's shoti?
שותה.
Shote?
שותה drink.
Oh, I drink?
Yeah. Meats.
Coca-Cola.
What is Coca-Cola? I like how it comes out in an Israeli accent.
You have a good accent.
Duolingo is nice. And again, it's similar to Arabic in a lot of things. So I understand how I would find it interesting learning Hebrew from an Arabic point of view, as opposed to you learning Hebrew from an American point of view, where it's like, oh, what is this plural, like feminine stuff, and like why is it changing by genders, the verbs? So it would be more complicated for you. I've already had this. Like when we got to the Duolingo part that has like the Nashim and when you do in the plural between women and men and
all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that lesson just like a breeze.
Good for
bam,
you.
bam, 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 because we have it in Arabic.
I see.
So I understand how that would be very complicated coming from, but we just have they. We just have the word they that covers everything.
He, she, they.
And now,
That's in Spanish too. They have for the girl and the guy.
Yeah.
And so that's confusing to me too. I do still know how to read Hebrew. I know all the letters and
I was on
read.
it. I was on. That was last year. But then what made me stop is that I realized that this is useless. Like, when am I gonna use this?
It's a good random thing to know.
It's nice to know, and it's like nice to, again, like in the beginning of the war, it was nice to kind of like, oh hey, I'm an ally. Hey, I speak Hebrew and that thing. It's just like, I'm not a threat. But like I feel Spanish would have been more useful to me in my life here.
Oh, of
in
course.
terms of, this is a joke. Like, this is nice as a joke. When like
Me
the 5
too.
Jewish people I meet.
Yeah.
But the other thing is gonna be more useful.
Oh yeah.
The Spanish. I can use Spanish around the world.
And me, like I've worked in so many restaurants.
Yeah.
So that would be really helpful. I know enough. I really don't.
It's
anyone watching this who works with me, and they're like, you don't know.
Poquito.
I know. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, I almost said beseder. Now I'm talking 2 languages. Really fast because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah,
just to bring it back, the camp thing. I was gonna to finish that thought. Sometimes the shower wouldn't work. The hot water wouldn't work, but I still needed to get my shower in. So I would just suffer through the cold. And sometimes if I'm home and it's taking a long time, I think back to camp and I would think, how did I take a cold shower? And, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
No, that's a very good note.
To circle back.
Which can also, I again appreciate you having at least the catching of what we were talking about to go back to it,
Yeah,
because
we just go off topic.
I'm all over. I'm in space.
Yeah.
So let's quickly, before we leave, because I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
So we're doing accountability. We
Right.
decided
That's what we're talking
that we
about.
have, yes, I guess this is what the podcast is going to be about this week. We're doing accountability. I'm an accountability whore. She's an accountability newbie. So we are figuring things out. I think what I put this week for me was to get back to nature, because I needed to get back to hiking.
Yeah. How was that?
So far so good. I think I need to do one more, which I'm going to do tomorrow.
Get a wall calendar.
I got a wall calendar. I got one.
Me too.
I should have brought it, but
I brought mine. It's under the table.
Oh, you did? Okay, nice. And what was yours? The third one, the gratitude something in the morning?
Yeah. So I had don't snooze, stare up at the ceiling and think about what you're grateful for.
Say nice. I say it's gratitude
Just because
routine.
I told you I don't want to get out of bed right away. Part of the joy, okay, you get into bed at night and if you're not that tired, it just feels different in the morning. You really appreciate your comfy bed in the morning versus getting in it at night. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I'm just so motivated by coffee then I'm like, coffee.
I'm not
It's
as much.
coffee time. I get to have coffee again.
No, see, I soak in that comfort.
Mm.
And so I don't want to get out of bed right away. So I put stare up at the ceiling. So don't snooze and go back to sleep. Snooze, don't snooze. Hit stop and stare up at the ceiling. And so I did that. I wasn't okay. I was not amazing at it, but I did most days stop it and like maybe close my eyes for just a second, but I wouldn't fall right back asleep. I would think about what I'm grateful for with my eyes closed.
It counts.
And then I would eventually open my
counts.
eyes.
It's this. It's
Does it
also
count a
you
little
set.
bit?
Yeah, because you set the motion for your day with gratitude. Like, oh look, I'm grateful for things instead of like, oh shit, what is this? How is this happening? How come they said this?
Yeah.
Just a different mode.
I had Apply a 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, which if you
Quickly
don't know,
in 2 seconds, what is that?
it's basically you, if you have a thought and you want to do it, like send a text that you've been avoiding or whatever it may be, you do it within those 5 seconds or you're just not going to do it at all.
I think we need to get out of here before
We
because we're
are-
gonna be rude now. We're gonna
Right.
be late with our booking.
Also-
Thank you, Brett, for having us here in this lovely spot. Thank you, Eliana, for being our Jess Winters this week.
Yeah.
So
I
such a
hope her
lovely-
dog's okay.
Yeah, I hope so too. We want to check in. We're gonna add in an update on the dog's health and condition later. And that's it. The podcast ends. We have to grab the shit and get out of here.
Bye.
So, bye.